Welcome back to Forasen Education. This is Ed. Today we're going to be talking about Farmmi. Farmmi is a company listed on the Nasdaq realm. The company is a leading agricultural e-commerce and technology enterprise, which aims to build a global trading platform for agricultural products. Farmmi manages an industry chain of internet marketing for agricultural products, with agricultural technology research and development, family farm development, and product processing. Our products are sustainable, organic, and green agricultural products and healthy foods. The company was founded in 2003 with headquarters located in Lishui City and Bingjing district of Hangzhou in Zhejiang, and major processing plants in Lishui City. They have multiple standardized cooperative family farms, including locations such as Qingyang County, Songyang County, and Landu district in Lishui City, the Greater Qisheng Mountains area, and Heilongjiang province and Henan province and Hubei province to cultivate agricultural products. On 16th of February 2018, the company went public. Now, for this company, there is some recent developments. So back on October 21st, 2021, 8 a.m., Farmmi continues North America sales expansions. And this one here does talk a little bit about it. So Miss Yifeng Zhang, the CEO and the chairwoman, said, "Our team is doing an excellent job building brand momentum with larger customers that have greater international reach to complement our strong foothold in domestic China market. We believe that there's an ongoing geographical diversification that will be a multiple year growth driver. When you combine that with the underlying catalysts in our business, including more people consuming mushrooms as a part of a healthy and nutritional diet, there's a clear reason for optimizing in our growth prospects." And another one, back on October 18th, 2021, Farmmi Healthcare subsidiary receives a BRC and HACCP certification. I believe I did talk about this one, and where they did mention that this is a stepping stone for their accreditation, and that this one really puts that they are one of the highest standards in EU for food safety for BRC, and that they have met it. Really shows that their facilities and the programs are up to standards. Now, in terms of institutional buyers, again, Savvy Management still shows here around 10%, and we see a little bit of activity back on the 19th. Tamar Securities liquidated their entire position. Wedbush Security and Versha Financial added some in the last month or so as well, around 220,000 combined in shares. In terms of the short interest ratios, currently there's around 0.06 days to cover, and the dark pool volume is around 34 million. That's around 1/3 of the entire shares traded on Friday. Now, in terms of the short shares availability, you're seeing 7.6 million shares available for short selling at only a short borrow fee rate of around 8.31%. The short volumes have really dropped significantly from Thursday, where it was almost 50%, to only 1/3, even though volumes has increased. So that shows you something. Of course, the stock price dropped a little, so there could be a bit more covering than short selling, because you want to short sell at the highest level rather than in a drop. And there's also short selling restrictions that actually played a little bit of role in some of the day. It shows short sell restriction happens when you drop more than 10%, or there's other rules, but generally it's more than 10% for the rest of the day and the next trading day. Another thing I do want to cover here is on June 3rd, 2021, we received a letter from Listing Qualification Department of the Nasdaq Capital Market notifying us that the minimum closing bid price per share for our ordinary shares was below $1 for a period of 30 consecutive business days, and that we did not meet the minimum bid requirements set forth in Nasdaq listing. The Nasdaq notification letter did not result in the immediate delisting of our ordinary shares, and the shares continue to trade uninterruptedly under the symbol, and they have compliance of 180 days left. This is November 30th, 2021. They also have the option of extending with another 180 days, but currently it's November 30th. That means second week of November, or 2 weeks before this date, there is a risk of a reverse split for this one, which is usually very bad for a stock. Now, in terms of the price over sales and the price over book for the stock, so right now we're diving a little bit into the fundamentals. The price over sale is 2.44. When you look into the SP 500, that's 3.11. So you get to see how undervalued it is. And the price over book here is 0.21, and the SP 500 is around 4.84. So you get to see how massively underfunded or undervalued this stock is compared to the SP 500 price to book value, given that these are actually accurate information. These are based on, the price over sales is based on last year's sale, price over book is based on the last quarter. Now, before moving on, if you would like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe button on the bottom right corner and leave notifications on for this channel. It helps my channel a lot for you amazing supporters out there. Also, don't forget to drop a like to this video if you enjoyed it. If you would like to chat a little bit more with me or other folks, in the description there's a server link, totally free. Let's see you there. Let's move on towards technical analysis now. Now, in terms of technical analysis, we do have a few key points here to talk about. First off, the moving averages are all compressed in together. This is kind of a string thing, where it's really compressed together. It can easily explode in either directions. Currently, on our last trading day, you saw a drop followed by a bit of a green candle. This is usually a bullish sign here, almost like a bullish doji star. So that on its own is usually bullish, but you got to be very careful here. The next thing is the willing percent R, which is very similar to the relative strength index. It shows that this stock is actually oversold, meaning there's a lot more selling activities than usual, and you might actually, when you get that momentum going, really explode in price. In terms of the MACD momentum, that is currently below that kind of level where you can anticipate a movement. It's currently almost flat, almost to the negative side. Now, in terms of stochastic fast and stochastic slow, both are actually suggesting that the price might drop a little bit down below, so you got to be very careful onto that. It might be easily testing that support, and that is dangerous on its own. In terms of the moving average bands and the Bollinger Bands, what we're seeing here is that the stock is actually diving a little bit upwards, the moving average bands are going upwards, and that's a good thing. It's expected to trade between 38 cents on the top, 34 in the middle of the moving average bands, and 31 cents in the bottom. The Bollinger Bands are between 44 cents and 25 cents. So these are key levels to keep an eye off. Now, on the Fibonacci retracements. First, we're highlighting Fibonacci retracements for supports and resistances because institutional buyers use it. 40 cents is the first resistance, 52 is the second, 62, 73, 87, and 105, and the only support here is at 20 cents. Now, if we use the price line action, we're able to see that there's a critical support at 29 cents. Below there, 26, below there, a very critical one at 24, and downwards to 23 cents. Resistances, it's a very strong resistance coming in closer towards the 30 cents, and then a little bit upwards to the 33 cents, 37 cents, going upwards to 41 cents, 45, 50 cents, 55 cents, and then a little bit higher to 60 cents. Comes to the question to Ed, what do you think is going to happen here? Now, for this company here, there is a lot of risks, including the reverse split that might happen in the middle of November, or they didn't meet their compliance and they don't do anything about it. They can either get an extension for 180 days or altogether go to delisting and going on to the OTC market. Usually that is a negative impact for the stock, and if some brokers don't allow you to trade on OTC in general, so that will restrict the trading activities and investments activity for this one. So that is a danger. The second thing is their fundamentals are really strong compared to what I'm seeing with the general average. Chinese stocks sometimes are looked down upon, so there's that reason part of it. But another part of it is that it could be not really discovered widely and institutions hasn't tapped in significantly on it. Or just retail isn't really liking a Chinese stock as in an American platform. These two nations haven't really been along that well, and there's always things where Chinese stocks are seen a bit more as fraudulent. So all that kind of plays effect. But the fundamentals are actually looking better than the SP 500 average. So there's that and that. And it comes into more of a personal choice. But I don't see this one skyrocketing overnight, but it has a chance for growing. Now, the stock itself has dipped significantly, even if we compare it for the last 2-3 years. From 10.32 to 20 cents, you almost lost all your money. So that is something as well to consider. It's a very high risk play, but it could be worth it to hold. It's really based on personal choices in whether you see that their actual product and agricultural trading platform would succeed or not. What do you think about this ticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day.